So when's the last time you bought a TV? Most people buy a new TV every 5 years. So in my opinion, picking the TV is one of the most important tech purchases around. However, it's also something that people don't care too much about. A lot of people will just pick the one that looks best at the biggest size that they can fit in their house without proper research. I want to borrow you for around 10 minutes and tell you about this TV if you are looking to buy a new TV. And don't worry, I'll use human language and break things down in a way that is easily understandable. What up though? It's Kevin the Tech Ninja, Detroit, Michigan, home of the best pizza. And this is the all-new Samsung S95D OLED. Now the anti-glare display technology isn't new, but Samsung put it on their flagship smartphone this year with the S24 Ultra, and now it's on their flagship OLED TV. But if you are a person who is in a room with a lot of lights or windows, then this TV should be considered just for that. But most people are looking solely at price and size when buying TVs, so Samsung TVs are not going to be the cheapest ones around. This TV has the screen size of 55 inches and it goes up to 77 inches, starting at $2,600 and maxing out at $4,600. But if you use my links down below, you get the best possible price because these TVs most likely will be on sale by the time you click on this video. Also, if the term OLED means nothing to you, just know that OLED is one of the best pixel technologies out and it gives you deeper colors than blacks, but it does come at a cost. If you're not planning to mount this TV, then you get to marvel at its wonderful design. From its floating stand that's in the middle to the thickness all the way around to its slim bezels, it's genuinely one of the best looking TVs around. And you could thank the One Connect box for that. The One Connect box is where you plug everything into it. So if you have like a PS5, an Xbox, a cable box, whatever you normally plug into your TV, this goes into this box. And then from the box, there's just one cable that goes to the TV, which makes this great for mounting since it's just one thin cord and you're not constantly trying to plug things into this TV while it's on a wall. The stand also looks great. However, it's not adjustable. So if you're buying one of those newer and larger sound bars, it may not fit flush underneath the TV. So the soundbar may be blocking your view just a little bit. Beyond that minor annoyance that would probably just annoy me, I would take this design over most other TVs that I've seen this year so far. The anti-glare display, which is more of like a matte display. When I first saw it back in January, I knew I would love it. And now that it's in my house, I do love it. I think for rooms with a lot of lights, a traditional OLED glossy TV would reflect so much that it can be distracting. The anti-glare screen is a love it or hate it thing. I've heard some of the TV guys saying they wished it was turned down a little bit, it's too aggressive, and some people think it's just weird. So you can still see lights that are on the TV, so don't get me wrong, if you're shining a light at it, you can see it, but it doesn't shine back as much and it's like dissipated a lot more. I absolutely love it. Now outside of the anti-glare, this TV is an upgrade across the board from last year's, which is absolutely great to hear. The S95D has a higher peak brightness, reaching close to 1800 nits, making it significantly brighter than last year's model. This improvement enhances the viewing experience for HDR and in brightly lit rooms. When you think about brightness, it's just not like how bright the TV is, but it's how bright scenes can get in an already bright scene. So like a beach scene where it's already bright, and then the sun comes into the shot or a reflection happens, then it becomes even brighter. That's what peak brightness is, and this TV gets bright for an OLED. And the reason I say for an OLED, because if you're looking at other types of TVs, those do get brighter than OLED TVs. It has a new processor inside, which gives you better picture quality with smoother upscaling and enhanced color mapping, and also performance in the UI, which absolutely feels snappier overall. When I went back to my TV from 2 years ago, this TV runs so much faster than that. We also have some additional gaming features. So you have 4 HDMI 2.1 imports, which supports 4K at 120 Hz, as well as VRR and ALLM. It also supports FreeSync Premium Pro and also has Motion Accelerator Pro. Listen, if you want a game, then this TV is legit. It has all the features that gamers want. And there's also this thing called a gaming bar too. Now this gaming bar enables additional settings like crosshairs in the middle of your screen, a mini-map zoom, also screen ratios. It does give you the ability to turn on AI game mode, which changes the settings based off the type of game you're playing. I find the gaming bar gives me even more customizations to an already great gaming TV, but these additions are awesome. The AI game mode I keep on, honestly, I don't know what it's doing. I turn it off, I don't see a difference, and it runs great regardless, so I just keep it on. Okay, so let's talk about picture quality. You know, one of the biggest problems, I guess, with OLEDs is that they don't get very bright in comparison to other TVs. This TV is brighter than last year's, which bumps this out of the not bright enough category for me. Now, if you need something brighter, Mini LED will get you much brighter with some additional trade-offs. And I'll be talking about Mini LED TV soon, so make sure you subscribe to my channel for that. As far as Samsung's color science, in the default color mode, it's not going to be the most accurate, but it is very pleasing to look at. It's punchy, it's dynamic, and it's kind of pushed in the blue a little bit more, which I think is very pleasing to the eyes. Most people wouldn't notice that. They'll just say this is a good looking picture, and it is. Now, if you're particular about colors, then there is a filmmaker mode. This gives you a much more accurate picture. Now, I'm not a TV calibrator, nor do I pretend to be one, or do I have the tools, but I think there's enough modes on this TV to find a color that works best for you and your setup. I think default looks fine, but I do scale back the blue a little bit, but you can always play around with those settings and find something really nice. This TV is running Tizen software, and this gives you access to most smart apps around. Samsung has buffed up the software, giving you even more stuff like workout apps and the ability to connect a camera for video calls. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this TV, and I can make a whole video talking about all the software in the TV. You can think about this as like the central hub to your home if you're on the SmartThings ecosystem. And this TV can control your smart home via SmartThings. It's really a solid ecosystem, but you need to get all the pieces into SmartThings to actually utilize it. Tizen also gives you access to the gaming hub, and this is where all the gaming lives. Even if you don't have a gaming system, but access to a cloud service like Xbox Game Pass Cloud or even GeForce Now, you can play it on this TV. All you need to do is pair it with an Xbox, PS5, or even Samsung's own controller. It works very well and doesn't require any additional hardware for it to run. Obviously, plugging in a system is a better experience, but for most casual games, the Xbox Game Pass works great with a solid internet connection. And so for someone that wants to play a couple of games and maybe not want to buy a system, this TV definitely can handle that. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it has the gaming specs, but let's talk about real life gaming. As expected, it's been great. The colors really pop off the screen. The pure blacks look great in dark elements in any game I'm playing. There isn't any input lag or anything that would take me away from gaming. I am extremely happy with it. On the back of the TV, you'll see a series of speakers, and TV speakers have gotten better year over year. Now, don't get it twisted. You should be investing in a sound bar at the minimum, but this is not a soundbar review, and I have not played with the new ones yet from Samsung. But Samsung's sound bars are great, especially for their TVs. Now, once you get a sound bar, the TV speakers can assist, giving you an even more full sound from a smaller sound bar. Overall, this is an excellent TV and one that I would personally buy if I was in the market for a new TV. It is steeply priced out of the gates, but hopefully it'll come down to around $3,000 for a 65-inch, which for some people still sounds very expensive. But you guys know how I roll. We gotta talk about the competition. If you wanna see what Sony has in store for this year, click on this next video.